Hare Krishna. We are doing Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 42 and 43. Indriyani paranyahur indriyebhya param manaha manasastu para buddhir yo buddhe paratastu saha. Translation. Chapter 3, verse 42. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind, and he, the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. So here Krishna is telling that working senses, all our senses are more superior to dull matter. Dull matter means compared to the whole body, the senses are quite powerful. Okay, and compared to the senses, the mind is higher. And compared to the mind, intelligence. What does this mean? Now sometimes people don't even know that mind and intelligence are two separate things. So how do we understand this? So senses means, if you just love watching television, okay, your eyes are engaged, indulging in watching, okay, that is senses are used. But it is the mind which says, oh my God, this scene is scary, don't watch it. Then the mind says, don't watch, the eyes closes. So you see, senses, it's not that the eyes are all the time opening and trying to enjoy, independent of the mind. No, the working senses are completely under the control of the mind. Okay, the mind says don't watch, the eyes will close. And what is this intelligence? Intelligence says, hey, this is not the time to watch only, because you have exam tomorrow. Stop it now. First of all, you were watching TV. Okay, and it was a scary scene, you closed your eyes, then you thought instead of closing the eyes and watching this scary movie, I think tomorrow exam is there, better I don't watch only. Right? No, sometimes we feel like that. So that is the intelligence, ruling over the mind, and then we switch off the TV and we start studying. So intelligence is controlling. Now the intelligence is controlled by the soul. And how does the intelligence get controlled by the soul? Suppose if we are totally engrossed hearing Krishna Katha, or totally engrossed in some Krishna conscious activity, then the intelligence will not have to control the mind, because we are so absorbed, even if it is our own duties, say suppose keeping the house neat and clean. If we are doing it thinking it's a temple of Krishna, if we are doing our best to keep things in its places, to keep the house clean, or if you are doing the cooking thinking that it's for Krishna. So when our heart and our soul is fully engaged in how to please Krishna, then the intelligence doesn't have to put an effort to control the mind, because mind is silent, because the soul is fully absorbed in serving Krishna. So the intelligence is under control, mind under control, everything under control. That's how with the soul we can actually keep intelligence and mind under control just by engaging in Krishna consciousness. What does the next verse say? It's the last verse of the third chapter. Verse 43, chapter 3. Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Translation, chapter 3, verse 43. Thus knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence. Thus knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence. So knowing oneself means here we are talking about the soul. The soul is above material senses, mind and intelligence. O mighty armed Arjuna, one should steady the mind. So knowing that the soul is superior, we should steady the mind. How? By deliberate spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence means the intelligence that helps us to convert all material activities into spiritual activities. You get it? Even in intelligence there are two types. One is material intelligence, where we can score 100 out of 100 in maths. One is spiritual intelligence, where we use body and senses completely in Krishna's service, so that we can be passed in the eyes of God to get a gate pass to Golok Vrindavan. You get it? So to get a pass to go to Golok Vrindavan, whatever is required, let us use our body accordingly. That is spiritual intelligence. So here Krishna is saying, knowing oneself to be transcendental to material senses, mind and intelligence. O mighty Arjuna, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, that is Krishna consciousness, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. So this way, with the spiritual strength, see, when we are using spiritual intelligence to use our body, mind, intelligence completely in service of Krishna, we get the spiritual strength. With this spiritual strength, we can just tolerate everything, we can tolerate someone's anger, we can tolerate problems, we can tolerate the situations. In fact, we don't even have to tolerate, we are able to accept it as Krishna's mercy. Tolerance comes when we see it as a problem. If you don't even see it as a problem, the nature of the person, they do, just as a peacock dances, a cuckoo coos, like that, a dog barks, like that, a pig eats stool, every animal has their nature. Do we get angry? We don't get angry. Do we get disturbed? We don't get disturbed. So it is nobody who is bad on this earth. The three modes make them behave in certain ways. And no situation is bad. It is our papa that makes us face a situation. It is our punya that makes us enjoy sometime. So if we know that, it's our own karmas that we are facing, and if we know that it is the people are good around, but it is the modes that make someone act in some ways, where is the question of tolerating? We can simply accept it. We can just be a watching person. Just as we are watching a drama without feeling much disturbance, like that we can watch it as the drama of the modes of nature. So there is no disturbance at all. So this is spiritual intelligence. If we can have the spiritual intelligence, we have the spiritual strength, and then with that spiritual strength, we can conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. Thank you very much.